Game of Life training.
Welcome, friends, to your Drive at 5 Live. No Jive with Aaron David Spiegel from Game of Life Training, training for the game of life. It's the stuff that they don't teach you in school. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm here to kind of share some stuff with you. And today we're going to talk about faith and appreciation. And it's something I've talked about in the past, and I'm sure I'll talk about again in the future because it's one to be reminded of. We constantly need reminding. That's why I thank you for joining me again today. I'm so excited to talk about this because appreciation is like the golden key to more of whatever it is that you want. It's also the ticket out of frustration. It's kind of hard to see when you're there. There's this quote that says, essentially, states are ignorant of the other state. So if you're in a state of, you know, not the other state. So if you're in a state of depression, you know, not happiness in that state. Like you don't have resources, access to the resources of happiness when you are in a depressed state. So you have to, I guess, trick your way out of it, find your way out of it, your way out of it, or be led out of it. You know, sometimes you're just like, give it over. You know, what else? Kick me while I'm down. I don't know. You got to laugh because it's fucking funny. You know, when you get so low and then shit just keeps happening. I've had that for sure. And you're like, what? Like day after, you know, like thing after thing. It's one of those days kind of things. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is appreciation, and faith. Faith is your belief, okay? To put it simply, whatever you believe to be true is your faith. You have faith in that. Faith is misconstrued with God a lot as far as you know, people say, well, I have faith, and they're basically saying I have faith in God. But really, to have faith, you could have faith in disease, you know. So just to say you have faith, I mean, it's implied that it's for God, but also just to say you have faith, I mean, you could say I have faith, but I have faith in, you know, like I said, disease. You could think that you're going to die of cancer, and then what? You know, so you're building your faith in what you want instead of what's already there, what's been programmed in, what you've accepted, like ignorantly, right? You're ignorant to accept the beliefs that you've been given, and you're like you're a slave to them until you know otherwise. You can't change your beliefs until you know that you can change your beliefs, and then until you know that you can change your beliefs, and then you still have to change your beliefs once you know that you can change your beliefs, and then you have to work on that and work on it and work on it, and that's building your faith, you know, believing those things that you want, seeing those things that you want. That's faith. But also having faith that everything's gonna be okay. And I can attest to that because I've been through the ringer. A lot of people can attest to that because they've been through the ringer and they came out on the other side. And you will come out on the other side because I believe that that is everyone's journey to self-actualization, realization, and God understanding of that. I mean, to the best that we can as human, you know, being in human form, but realizing that Christ in you and putting it out for good. Once you get there, you're compelled to. You can't really not do it, because if you would have asked me, essentially what I'm doing is preaching, right? And I may not be preaching out of the Bible. I am preaching the Bible essentially at all, but I may not be preaching out of the Bible every time. But these principles were taught in the Bible and in religions around the world. But if you would have asked me 20 years ago, I would have said, there's no way in hell that I'll be a preacher. I'm not a preacher. And I really didn't want to be a preacher. I feel like I had this like nagging from a younger age, because I was like pulled to God, I guess. And I would fight and pull away, and then I would fight and pull away, and I would fight and pull away. And you know, at times I think I was like, I do not want to be a damn preacher. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. But now I kind of want to do that because I want to help other people to help themselves. Because if you can avoid, or I can help um, facilitate your coming out of or not having to go into some terrible time, that makes me feel good. And that fulfills me. And I've studied this stuff forever, so it's like, you're being prepared your whole life and you don't even know that you are. You're being prepared. So what is it? If you take a look at yourself and see what real skills and talents you have, what are you being prepared for? And I was introduced to personal development when I was like 18. I read my first personal development book, and I had grown up in church before that, which I didn't realize was personal development, but it is. I mean, it teaches you how to be, ideally. I mean, I don't agree with all the dogma for sure. And I used to look at all the hypocrites within church and I'd be like, why? Like this, you're better than somebody because you're a Christian and you come here to church once a week to, put on a fake face that is not your life out there, and feel self-righteous or self acclaimed to some extent just because you go to church. It was like odd to me, and it didn't sit right. I always had a challenge with that because I know this: I am you, you are me. I am no better than you. You're no better than me. We know different things. If we can learn from each other, yeah, awesome. And you should be funny if you're going to hang out with me, because I don't hang out with people unless they're funny. That's just the way it is. You're in my world now, okay? I've created my own little world, and I'd like for you to be able to do the same for you, because it's nice here, I keep out all the riffraff. I keep out all the chaos by feeding my brain only the good things, right? And I mean the good things that are good for me, what fulfills me, what makes me happy. But I have to constantly remind myself, or not constantly, but I've reminded myself constantly over, over the years. And that's how I got to the point where, I'm kind of like on autopilot toward greater and greater things. And I don't say that to be arrogant or cocky, but I say it because I'm excited. I'm in a good trajectory because I've been using my words. It's like finally it's all playing or paying off. It's like live by the golden rule and use your words. Okay. Have faith that God will take you to wherever it is and through whatever it is that you have to go through. Um, have faith that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a sky at the other side there. Um, and that doesn't, you don't have to wait to die for that to be. You can have that now. It's called heaven on earth, and I experience it and I love it, and I get to share it with people, and I get to watch other people experience it for themselves, and I get to hear great stories and testaments. And I don't need, ever do I need credit for my service, my sharing. I don't need credit. I do love to hear the feedback because it makes me happy, makes my heart happy. So, and I do have a bit of pride in being part of that process. Although I know fundamentally that it has nothing to do with me, that I'm just a vessel sharing information that is beneficial, ideally, for somebody at the right time, in the right space, whatever. I'm here to remind you God loves you. Okay. It may not seem like it, but there was a point where I was just like, please, God, help me. Please, God, help me. Please, God, help me. You know, and that's all I could say. Um, pardon me. I have anyway. So yeah, God loves you. You're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Um, I tried to, leave this earth realm on 3 different occasions. And for whatever reason, each time I was a failure. And I had intervention happen. And it was, I call it divine intervention because I should be dead, essentially. So, and I'm not the first person and I'm not the only person. And there's a lot of people out there that have been through the same feelings, same states, everything. I say you have to go through hell before you get to heaven. So if you're at wit's end at this point, here's the solution. You say, you know, I'm getting closer to God every day. I'm becoming a better person every day. I'm getting healthier every day. Thank you, Father, for pulling me out of this. You say, you speak it into existence, that what you want. That's your faith. And then you believe it. You believe it. I mean, when you're convicted of that, watch the stuff happen. There's no stopping it. No earthly force will stop it from happening when you have conviction. Guaranteed. Haven't seen it otherwise. So, your ability to get yourself to believe. And how do you do that? You practice, you use your words, you direct your words, you direct your imaginal acts. That's how you do it. That's how you build your faith. Okay. And appreciation is just a matter of awareness. All you have to do is be aware. Damn, I've got a heartbeat. I've got all my fingers and toes. All, like I'm healthy aside from these things, which are my own damn fault once, everything comes down to it. What can I do today to change those things? Appreciate that you have free will, that you can make a change. Appreciate that you have this gift. Appreciate that you were drawn to this or you came across this at the right time in the right place. Appreciate that. That's what I mean by faith and appreciation. Faith is, knowing that everything's going to be okay. It might be hard. It might not be everything that you would choose or want in the moment, but the better that you get with this word usage and living by the golden rule, living honorably as a man or a woman, the better that you get at that, the less the world has to hold against you, the less they have any power at all. The world, I mean, the world that we live in, the societal, boundaries. So long as you're not causing loss, injury, or harm to anybody, you're doing okay. Okay. So don't let anybody tell you any different. If you're a weirdo and a goofball and you want to, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do, you freaking weirdo. I know because I'm a weirdo too. So what kind of weirdo are you? I don't know. I'm a different kind of weird than a lot of people that I know, but I am funny, and that puts me in common with a lot of other weirdos because most weirdos are pretty damn funny. Anyway, faith and appreciation, right? Faith, have faith, build faith. Faith is just your belief. How do you build faith? I'm going to go back to this. This is pretty cool. And if you ever want me to make one of these with you or help you make one of these or guide you on your way to make one of these, hit me up. It's a nobody can say I am for me statement. And what you do is you just fill out whatever it is that you want to be, write it down, and you're essentially going to brainwash yourself into believing that. And during that, you will build faith knowing that that actually happened. At first, you're like, wait a minute, did I do that? And you're like, that's crazy. That must have been a coincidence. And then so many coincidences happen. I'm just saying, I kind of skipped to the punch right there. So many coincidences happen that you can't deny it anymore, then it's called unshakable faith. And you still have to get yourself to the point of conviction. And how you do that is through repetition, as far as I understand. And I've been doing repetition and meditation, I call it. And that is essentially repeating the words that you want as if they're already true and going inside, be still and know that I am God, going inside to the eternal body of man, the imagination. And in there is all source creation. Everything that you see out here in this world was once only imagined. So somebody had to imagine it, and then they put together the pieces to make that happen. So all you have to do is be able to imagine something vividly and get yourself in a state of acceptance for that situation as if it's already done. And we do it all the time, but instead of it being done to us from the TV and from other people and from, past beliefs and thoughts, we do it for ourselves. And that's just what you do. You say, I'm becoming, whatever it is that you want. If you want to be a better fighter, I'm becoming a better fighter every day. If you want to be a faster runner, I'm becoming a faster runner every day. If you want to be a creative painter, I'm becoming a better creative painter every day. If you want to be whatever it is, a ballerina, I'm becoming a better ballerina every day. Whatever it is for you, and you brainwash yourself. But guess what? You got to stop and do that. So good on you that you're watching this, because damn, the world will take your focus and your attention, and that's your most valuable commodity, is your focus and your attention. What you do with that is what you're going to create and experience within this world. So wouldn't it be nice to know that you can direct your own focus and attention? And it's real simple, but it's not easy, or else everybody would already have everything that they want. If you know that, if you just write it down and you rehearse the thought, believe it, if you can conceive it and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. Ask with faith that it is done and it'll be given to you. You believe it ahead. First, you believe it, then you see it. That's what you're practicing here. Okay. And then you get good at it. And then you have this imagination that's amazing, right? And they make it sound childish when they talk about the imagination, because they want people to stay away from there, stay out of there. If you knew what power lies in your imagination, I mean, you're unstoppable, you're uncontrollable, and again, I say you have free will, but you want to bless others, not harm them, not hurt them. There's everything that you want in this world, you can get the right way. And that is with honor and without causing harm to anybody. So, that's the practice, but believe in whatever it is that you want. Believe in the outcome as if it's already done. I say practice your imagination. I say go into your imagination as often as you can. They say I'm a dreamer, but yeah, that's source creation. And when you realize that and you understand that, you're going to want to direct yourself back to that, and you're going to want to remind yourself, because you get caught up in being the human out here in the world, in life, and you respond and you take in and you create more of that which you're experiencing without any effort to change it contrary to what you want, or contrary to what is, back to what you want. You have to change that now. You don't see things and react to these negative things that are happening. You have to see the positive things that you want to happen and stop reacting. I know it's kind of crazy. It's the mystery, but it's the practice too. And again, if you're watching this, good on you. Thank you. I'd love to hear what you got out of it. Put a 1 in the chat if no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, or share your story. Tell me what, what you do, what your practice is, what you know. I mean, maybe you know something better or more that I don't know. But I think we are all here to learn from each other and build each other up. And that's the idea and that's the goal. So live in faith, live in appreciation. The more you appreciate, the more you'll be given to appreciate. Live in faith that everything is as it should be. You never ever were put through anything without some lesson or some strength being added to you. So know that you're going to come out on the other side. There is hope. Let this be some hope. Say, I'm becoming more hopeful every day. It's so crazy. The words are magic and they are casting spells. So, I mean, it's use your words, speak it into existence, use your power for good. With great power comes great responsibility. You have to use that power for good. You can do things with your power. You can speak things into existence that are not good, and you will pay the consequences of that. It may seem exciting or whatever it might be for you at the time. It may seem that way, but you will pay the consequences. So I encourage you, use your powers for good. Speak only those good. Speak life, not death. Speak, health, not disease. Speak power, not gayness. With that, I gotta go. That's another topic for another day. Life is good. I feel good. Good things are always happening to me. Life is good. I feel good. Good things are always happening to me. Life is good. I feel good. Good things are always happening to me. All right. That excuse me. That does it for me today. I'll be back again for another drive live at 5 tomorrow. I'm not sure what we'll be talking about, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. Come visit again. I appreciate you. If you want to reach me, best way 513-604-5621. You need to get a hold of me. Thanks. Take care. See ya next time. Until then, make it your best day ever.